Hello, magical friends. Hope everybody is doing very well out there. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my channels, my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. I'm so happy to be here with you all today to talk about a very special transit that we are about to be stepping into, which is going to be starting on January 11th, 2025, just a few days from when I'm filming this video live, which I'm filming today on January 8th. This is the North Node moving into Pisces and the South Node moving into Virgo, a nodal shift, which we only have happen every 18 months. The nodes move into different signs. And this is a really big deal because the nodes have a lot to do with our fate, our destiny, our higher purpose, our collective evolution. So I'm very excited to share with you guys what this nodal transit means for the whole collective and for each of the 12 signs as well. But before I get into that, I just want to mention, first of all, I've just come out of like having a cold and my voice seems to be getting better the last couple days. So I've got my tea here with me. I've got my essential oils, Drink Up Witches mug, having trouble talking still. So hopefully I will be okay. I will be okay. I'll set that intention with my voice in today's video. It's that time of year. I've been hearing a lot of people sick, some funky fog that we've been having in the air, stuff going on. So I hope you guys are all keeping in really good health, taking care of yourselves. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my Meg Moonbeam YouTube and Rumble channels to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Going to be a lot of cool new type of content now that we're in a new Gregorian year of 2025. I do offer personal astrology readings that are available at the link below at consultations.beyondmystic.net. And I am going to be hosting this very special Pluto in Aquarius Master Workshop live on Sunday, January 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that will be at the Beyond Mystic Academy. Link is below if you'd like to sign up. It's $35 USD and 10% discount code until Sunday when I go live. So I'm going to do a deep dive, long form workshop on what this Pluto and Aquarius transit, which we're going to be in for the next 20 years, is all about for the collective and each of the 12 signs. And when you can harness the transits of Pluto, this is the planet of transformation, the ruling planet of Scorpio. And I am a Scorpio, so I know all about it. So I'm going to be the perfect guide. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but being a Scorpio, I'm the perfect guide to help you guys out with this Pluto in Aquarius transit. So check that out at the link below. Hello, Bobby. Very nice to see you. I'm seeing we've got Margie in the chat. Hello. And Jill. Hello, you guys. Is it your birthday today, Jill? If so, happy birthday or happy almost birthday. I know you're my Capricorn sister. So, okay, the nodes are getting ready to shift. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, okay, what the heck is the North Node? What the heck is the South Node? These are not planets. What do they have to do with anything? So in Western astrology, we've got the North Node looks like this horseshoe looking symbol. And the exact opposite is always the South Node, okay? And the North Node and the South Node are not planets or asteroids. These are two calculated points where we have the eclipses occur from our Earth's perspective. So the South Node is the lunar eclipse point, and the North Node, the opposite of that, of course, is the solar eclipse point. And if you've been following my work or you've been, following astrology, Western astrology for a while, then you will know that eclipses are one of the most important things to pay attention to in the current transits. We have an eclipse season once every 6 months, and eclipses represent major doors closing and endings happening, and new doors, new beginnings. And we really enter these very powerful portals of threshold, if you will, when we have eclipse seasons where things will never be the same. after an eclipse season. We are ending a chapter, we are beginning a new chapter, and eclipses very much align us with our fate and our destiny and cleanse what no longer serves in life. So the South Node represents what we are letting go of. So in your personal astrology chart, the South Node actually represents the most recent lifetimes that you're coming from, the themes of those lifetimes, and what you're letting go of, what you're stepping away from in this life. And then the North Node, if we're looking at a personal birth chart, is your purpose in this life, actually. So it's a really big freaking deal. So with the North Node moving out of Aries into Pisces, our collective higher purpose is we are being initiated, invited into opening up to embracing the things that Pisces rules in life. And this is a really big deal, as I'm going to get into, because we still got Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is the modern day ruler of Pisces, being the dispositor of the North Node in Pisces. So this is not your average North Node in Pisces transit. This is extremely powerful and potent that the North Node is moving into Pisces. It's our collective higher purpose. And its dispositor, it's one of its two rulers, Neptune, is in Pisces, its home sign, the strongest outer planet at the moment. This is amplifying the Piscean influence. And I'm going to talk about what Pisces is all about in a few minutes. But the South Node, okay, being in Virgo for the collective, represents actually the areas of life that are at a weaker energy point, and the areas of life that we are going through a major cleansing and a major letting go process. So it's been really interesting because the past year and a half, we've had the North Node in Aries and we've had the South Node in Libra. And with the South Node in Libra, don't know if you guys have been noticing this or not, but there's been major changes in relationships. Libra is our committed relationships. It's our commitments. It's diplomacy. It's one of the signs that rules politics, law and order, and balance and fairness. And what have we been seeing coming up in the collective, whether in our personal lives or as very big collective themes, is major relationship changes. There's been a lot of breakups, divorces of love partners, of work partners, of commitments that no longer serve us. There's been politicians getting exposed big time. The rule of law and order getting exposed big time, among many other Libra things, going through that letting go and exposing process. And we've also been having the North Node in Aries the whole past year and a half too. And that's been our collective higher purpose, our collective higher focus. And Aries, the first sign in astrology, is all about our empowerment. And one of the signs that rules freedom and independence and our boundaries. And so, with the North Node in Aries, many people have been waking up to what's been really going on in the world and stepping into their empowerment, stepping into heightened senses of independence, creating better boundaries for themselves. So boundaries has been a very big theme with the North Node in Aries. And North Node in Aries can be pretty intense, okay? Whatever the North Node is in, it's really exaggerating and amplifying those areas of life. So we're stepping into, from January 11th, 2025 to July 26th, 2026, 18-month period of the North Node in Pisces, our collective higher purpose and focus, what's in alignment for us to be embracing and focusing on, and the South Node in Virgo, what we are letting go of, those Virgo ruled areas of life. And I'm going to break this down for us here. And after I talk about what this means in general and for the collective, we're going to go through each of the 12 signs, do readings for each of the 12 signs for this nodal shift. And let me know in the comments. Jane says, my North Node is in Gemini. Cool. Let me know, you guys, if any of you have your North Node in Pisces or your South Node in, Virgo, if you've got your nodes in Pisces, Virgo. If you've got your North Node Pisces and South Node Virgo, then you're going to have what we call a nodal return, which we only have happen every 18 years. And very fated life events and changes can happen when you're having a nodal return. And if you've got the opposite, if you've got your North Node in Virgo and your South Node in Pisces, you're having what we call a reverse nodal return, which is also a very big deal, where there can be some challenges, some initiations that you can be going through in life. And curious to see if you guys have either the nodal return or the reverse nodal return, what you guys are going through in life. What are the themes? What's coming up for you? Let us know in the live chat or the comments if you feel like sharing. So before I get into, okay, what does this nodal shift mean? I'm just going to take a little sip of my drink up, witches. I'm drinking some cinnamon tea. So cheers to all of you. Cheers to the North Node going into Pisces. Cobe, hello, Cobe says, I have my North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo. So you're going to be having a nodal return. That is a very, very big deal. Chrissy, hello, Chrissy says, just got through with a nodal reversal. It's been a ride. Have fun, Virgos. Yeah, it is definitely a ride. I just went through that. Did I go through that recently? No, I didn't go through a reverse nodal return. What am I talking about? I went through when the North Node was in Taurus and the South Node was in Scorpio, being a Scorpio with the South Node in Scorpio. So it is a bit of a challenge when your sun, moon, or rising sign or major placements that you have in your chart is what the South Node sign is. Doesn't mean that you're going to have a negative next 18 months, but definitely means if you are a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising with the South Node in Virgo, that you are going to be going through a letting go process. You are going to be completing some major things in whatever areas of life you have Virgo in your personal astrology chart. So you can check that out. So what is the North Node in Pisces going to bring us? Okay, well, this is where astrology is cool because we can make predictions with it, and predictions are always very fun to do, right? But the astrology also shows us what is in alignment for us to be focusing on, okay? And with the North Node entering Pisces for the next 18 months, starting on January 11th, our higher purpose, and it's quite beautiful actually. And I did a meditation before I went live and I was feeling the energy of it. And it's quite beautiful if you tune into it. Very beautiful actually, is mass spiritual awakening, even more so than we've already been having on Mother Earth and in the collective, and mass even more healing of Mother Earth and the collective. Pisces is the last sign in astrology. It's the 12th sign. And it's a very interesting sign because it does rule spirituality. It does rule bliss, oneness, enlightenment, that which is not of this world, the higher realms, creativity, fantasy. It's very interesting because it rules literally the spiritual realm and the soul, right? And the soul's journey and healing and everything that is esoteric and woo. But it also rules on the challenging side, being ungrounded. Okay, and that's going to be one of the challenges of the North Node in Pisces, while also having Neptune in Pisces. One of the two dispositors of the North Node is this is going to be a very strong energy. We've already been having a very strong Piscean influence because Neptune has been in Pisces since 2013. We've had Saturn in Pisces since March of 2023. We've had our first eclipse in Pisces last September in this new eclipse cycle of eclipses going into Pisces and Virgo, because whatever signs the nodes are in, that determines what signs we'll currently be having the eclipses in. So it's quite beautiful. There's huge spiritual awakening, even more so that's going to come. There's huge healing and also divine intervention and magic. Pisces rules divine intervention happening, miracles occurring. So what is in alignment for us to be focusing on? Our spirituality, our spiritual connection, our intuition, our spiritual practices, our creativity, spending time alone, spending time behind the scenes, being mindful of our sensitivities, rest, sleep, and dreams are all Pisces as well. So, and it's highlighting a bunch of other stuff I'm going to get to as well. But with the North Node in Pisces, with Neptune in Pisces at the same time, I just want to really highlight to you guys how special that really is. And I was doing a little bit of astrological nerdy research earlier in the day as I was preparing for today's show. And I'm going to ask you before I let you guys know, when do you think was the last time that we had the North Node and Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, both in Pisces at the same time? Anybody want to take a guess? When do you think, and don't go on Chat GPT, okay? When do you think that might have been? Now, if you study astrology or you're interested in astrology like myself, then we know that Neptune has a zodiac revolution of, if I'm remembering at the top of my head, is it 170 years or it might be 184 years? I'll check right now. Let's just do a little check right now because I want to give you guys the right date. I know what the date is, but what was I going to look at? Oh, Neptune zodiac. I think it's 184. What's 14 times 12? Let me look that up. I'm not good at math, you guys. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I was a little bit off. 168 years. So the zodiac revolution of Neptune is about 168 years. Annie Mar says World War II. No. Okay, because if Neptune takes about 168, 70 years to go through all the signs, and we've been having Neptune in Pisces since 2013, that'll be a little bit too soon in the past, but good guess. Fastness Pegasus says Revolutionary War. What year was the Revolutionary War? Do you know? No, not Revolutionary War. That was the last time that Pluto was in Capricorn. Okay, I don't see anybody saying it, which is okay. It hasn't been since the 1850s. Okay, the 1850s that we had the North Node and Neptune last both in Pisces at the same time. And what was going on in the 1850s? What was going on? Okay, it's really, really interesting because in the 1850s, 60s, 70s, this period after we had the North Node and Neptune both together in Pisces the last time. Yeah, Margie, it is a long time ago when you think about it. What's interesting, very interesting is, okay, around this time period, and to be exact, you guys, the last time that the North Node and Neptune were both in Pisces was 1857 and 1858. Wowzers. Okay. And what's cool about this, and things happen in cycles in astrology. So that's why it's really important for me as an astrologer to go back and go, okay, what was going on the last time we had Neptune in Pisces? Last time we had Neptune in Pisces was the rise of the spiritualism movement, okay, in the West. Now, of course, that we live in a world that's filled with all kinds of different cultures and different religions and different forms of spirituality, which are all ruled by Neptune. But, and so cool that some of you guys are saying in the comments what I'm about to allude to here. In the 1500s, 1600s, and might have even gone into the 1700s. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here, but we had the witch trials. Okay, so the Salem witch trials were actually closer to the end of the witch trial period. But imagine this, you guys, just imagine this for a second. If you were a mystic, or me as an astrologer in the 1500s, the 1600s, part of the 1700s, I would have been burned at the stake. Okay, if you were a healer, if you were an astrologer, if you were a psychic, if any of the woo-woo stuff, you would have been burned at the stake. And there was a period there where the healing arts and the spiritual and the woo was majorly demonized from the Vatican, and it was not safe to be spiritual, not religious. It was not safe to be spiritual in public. Not until the last time the North Node and Neptune were in Pisces with the rise of the spiritualism movement. And this is really interesting. If you guys have never heard of the spiritualism movement, this really started in upstate, I think it's upstate Western New York, where I actually visited Lilydale. My best friend Sunny and I visited Lilydale 2 years ago. And this was like a base. It's actually a very magical, witchy town, very cool to visit, Lilydale, where it was the start of spiritualism in the West. So what does that mean? They started to explore things that are more spiritual in nature and not so much religious, like astrology again, mediumship again, tarot, doing channeling, doing not Ouija boards, but what's this called? Seance, right? All these different kind of occult things that had been hidden and spiritualism practices. Last time North Node and Neptune was in Pisces, it became cool and it started happening. So there was a shift in the spirituality of the planet, right? And it's interesting because now that we have the North Node and Neptune about to both be in Pisces at the same time again, we're living in a time where, okay, we've gone through, okay, we had the witch trials, we've gone through the dark age of Pisces, we had kind of that spiritualism renaissance. Last time Neptune was in Pisces and the North Node was in Pisces in the 1850s, right? Going into the 1860s, North Node was still in Pisces. And then we had Pluto was discovered in the 1930s, which Neptune and Pluto are the most spiritual planets, right? So those guys, with the discovery of Neptune and Neptune being in Pisces and then Pluto being discovered in 1930, that really brought spirituality, not religion, spiritual practices back into the forefront, it being safe again. It was in kind of natural alignment for that to come forward in the collective again. Now we're at 2025, where it's not just, I'm hearing a weird sound. Sorry, you guys, I just heard a really weird sound in my room. And that's kind of a foreshadow. That's one of the things I wanted to talk with you guys about, which I'll get to. I don't mean to go in different directions too fast, but North Node in Pisces with its ruler Neptune in Pisces at the same time is trippy, dippy, everybody's intuition getting activated. Our dream time getting activated, our psychic senses getting activated, starting to spiritually hear things, starting to spiritually see things, starting to spiritually sense things. If you haven't had that open yet, that's just going to be naturally coming up in the collective. So I feel really strongly intuitively with this astrology, we're going to the next level. We're being initiated with the North Node and Neptune in Pisces at the same time for the next it's not going to be 18 months. Let me give you guys the exact dates because Neptune is going to go into Aries for part of 2025 and then full on go into Aries at, I think, the beginning of 2026. But for a lot of this transit anyways in 2025, they'll be together in Pisces. And this is the next level of the great spiritual awakening, where it's not just people coming online and turning online to the fact that we have a body, a mind, and a spirit, and maybe exploring that. And perhaps, I've definitely had spiritual experiences. I am a full-time astrologer and psychic medium. That's definitely been my whole life. I know that that hasn't been everybody's life up until this point. But this North Node in Pisces with Neptune in Pisces as well is going to be even more of a spiritual activation. And I'm hearing spirits say, even wilder than you can dream of how powerful it's going to be. Huge amounts of people spiritually waking up, huge amounts of people starting to have their psychic senses come online just naturally, just naturally. What can help with that process is if we, intentionally do, intuitive development, spiritual development, meditation, yoga, prayer, whatever practices resonate with you. Sound healing is also Pisces. So all those kind of Piscean spiritual practices will help us more effortlessly go through that. We're having our crown chakras and our third eye chakras Also our throat chakras. That's another very spiritual chakra. Get activated. Our spiritual gifts and intuitive gifts are coming online, turning online. And also our creativity. Pisces is very creative. Yeah, Maria, you said it better than I'm saying it. The veil is thinning. Exactly. The veil is very thin. This is the perfect time to be doing, as I just said, intuitive development, spiritual work. And actually, I'm going to share with you guys, just bear with me one second here. Janine and I over on the Beyond Mystic Academy in 2025, we're going to start doing a new workshop series, Opening the Psychic Senses, Introduction to Unlocking Your Natural Psychic Abilities. And we're going to be doing the first one, I think it's Wednesday, January 29th in the afternoon Eastern time. You can join us live or watch the replay, and we're going to do several different levels of, Janine and I are both professional astrologer, tarot readers, psychics, mediums. We're going to share with you guys how to open the psychic senses. And this is perfect with the North Node now being in Pisces, because it's naturally happening to us and it's amplified when we put the energy into it. So that's something you guys can go check out at beyondmystic.academy if you'd like to sign up. So very, very spiritual energy with this combination of the North Node and the Neptune, both together. Spiritual, creative. We're going to see amazing shifts in not just spirituality, our own personal spirituality, and spirituality in the collective. I'm hearing Spirit say, we're breaking out of the age of Pisces. We're breaking out of the religious dogmas, okay? And I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody if you consider yourself to be a religious person, right? But religions are belief systems, whereas spirituality, Pisces, right? Sagittarius is religion because it's beliefs in astrology, whereas Pisces is just the spiritual realm, right? If you've had a near-death experience, or if you have ever done plant medicine, or if you have ever had a crazy shamanic journey or meditation, or, some kind of spiritual experience like that, I don't know about you guys, from my own personal experience, I'm not thinking about religion. I'm acutely aware during those experiences that everything is one, and that's the spiritual realm. That's spirit, and it's all one, and it all serves a purpose. And it's kind of hard to explain it in words when you have those experiences, or you feel that kind of beautiful, blissful experiences. It's not religious, it's spiritual, right? So we're going to be breaking down the religious programming and stepping more into the natural spiritual, which is different for everybody, right? Yeah. DigiBean says a spirit walk. I love that. That's beautiful. We'll also see with the North Node and Neptune and Pisces, a creative artistic renaissance of some sort, whether that's in filmmaking or music or the art world or photography. These are things all ruled by Pisces in astrology. Very creative. There's going to be beautiful, amazing renaissance of works of arts during this time that is going to be coming out. And also, I didn't mention this yet, Pisces and Virgo is, the axis in astrology. They're opposite signs, Pisces and Virgo. This is the axis of health and healing institutions. So with the nodes now on the health axis, this is very big changes that we are going to have to health. We're also having, of course, the eclipses also in these signs as well. And what are we seeing, in the collective? We're seeing, I'm really happy to see, I'll just bring up a link here so you guys can see it. Make America Healthy Again. Can you guys believe that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be what's his correct, what's it called? Health advisor? What is it that he's going to be called? I'm just trying to find an article that might say it. Does anybody know his official title? that he has in the Trump administration. Robert Kennedy Maha. Yeah, his movement is going to shake up public health big time. I mean, can you guys believe? Okay, thank you so much, Gay. Thank you so much for that. He's the Health and Human Services Secretary, Director of Health and Human Services. Thank you guys so much. Isn't that fucking wild? Like, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in 11 days is about to be the Director of Health and Human Services for the United States. And Gay is saying, and he will be, looking over the CDC, the NIH. This is going to be, and not just the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. piece, there's a lot of different pieces, but this is showing us, it's heralding, we're stepping into a time with this nodal shift, that the nodes entering the health axis of huge healing of our physical health and major changes of the health systems, right? And I don't want you guys to get freaked out, because I really feel like, even though there are some challenges that we've got coming up as we step into 2025, oh, cool, we've got 222 watching on YouTube. That's awesome. Even though we've got some challenges, we're going to have Saturn-Neptune conjunction. That's no joke. That's not easy, okay? This health axis is not easy. Pisces is divine intervention, miracles, and magic. So I'm hearing Spirit say, as we enter the North Node being in Pisces, remember that you are magic. You are magical. Your thoughts create your reality. Your words create your reality. Your prayers create your reality. What you envision, your visions create your reality. And remember that prayer is very potent and auspicious with this Pisces influence. And the higher realms, the beautiful higher realms that support us for our highest good, are very much with us and wanting to assist, and will be in divine intervention mode for the whole collective as the health systems die and are reborn. Okay. Which for some people that still be like, may still be complete normies out there, that is going to be really freaky for them. Okay. Like, if you've been brainwashed your whole life that, and I got to be careful because I'm on YouTube and Rumble here, but shots, certain things that have been injected are the be all end all cure, and that those are actually, good for you, you're in for a really big shock. And not just that, I mean, there's so many other health procedures and types of medicines, and our whole system of health, the food pyramid, the whole thing, the whole system with the South Node in Virgo is going to fall and be reborn. And it may be a little bit rocky, but with the North Node and Neptune in Pisces together, there will be divine intervention to help us step into those new systems as effortlessly as possible. And what will help as an astrological remedy, and also just a common sense remedy, is really taking care of your health, taking extra care of your health while the North Node is in Pisces and South Node is in Virgo for the whole next 18 months until July 2026. Because with the South Node in Virgo, okay, whatever sign the South Node is in, that sign is weakened. Virgo rules health, our health, right? So South Node in Virgo is like in the medical astrology, and it gives me no pleasure in saying this, but I got to be honest with you guys. Our health is weakened. It's challenged. It's our immunity is down in the medical astrology. Okay. Now, what we can do as a remedy for that, and I'm a Taurus rising, so I love to eat. I love to have fun. I love to, shout out to all my Taurus rising. Shout out to everyone that, just likes to enjoy life. I like to enjoy life. I like good food. I like to go out, right? Like to have fun. But this is going to be a year and whole next 18 months, actually, with the South Node in Virgo, where you better be taking some really high-grade supplements. You better be exercising. And I'm sorry if I sound bossy right now. I'm just telling you guys, because if not, you're going to get sick and you're going to feel weakened and you're probably going to feel burnt out. Eat well, sleep well, exercise well, moderation and balance, earthing, grounding, spending as much time in nature, because the Pisces energy is going to be very strong, will be the most important thing actually as we go into 2025. Because if you do not have your health, that is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. Okay. And it is going to be happening naturally. Maggie says, I'm excited about clean water, air, and food. Can't happen fast enough. It is coming, but it's so interesting that this system is shifting where we are going to start to get that with the South Node in Virgo, where it's kind of like those systems are changing into a better route, but it's while the South Node is in Virgo and we're physically being challenged health-wise. And we are going through a great cleansing and purging of, I feel, whatever has been going on in our healthcare system the whole past age of Pisces that we've been in, which is over 2,000 years. So this is no joke. This is a really big transit, this nodal shift of our physical health, major cleansing in our physical health. Doing cleansing detox is another great astrological remedy for this nodal shift on a regular basis. With the springtime and the autumn time, those are natural times that are very good to be doing cleansing work. Our physical health, our spiritual health, also our emotional and our mental health. With the North Node in Pisces, and whatever sign the North Node is in, it's very amplified and exaggerated. Pisces is the most sensitive freaking sign in astrology, you guys, with Neptune there. So if you're already a sensitive person, okay, you're going to be feeling even more sensitive, which, okay, that may seem kind of scary if you are an intuitive empath like myself, because we're already so sensitive, but the energy is getting lighter on the planet. And if you are taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, with those forms of your health, this will be easier for you than people. If people are, certain people, well, people are, but for those people that are denying their spiritual side, which is a part of their health, which is Pisces, this is a time with this North Node and Neptune together in Pisces of wake-up calls and possibly mental breakdowns and spiritual crises, which I don't wish on anybody. Okay. But if people want to be here for us going into the age of Aquarius and us going into this light age, they're going to have to spiritually turn on, because that's get with the program. That's what's going on here. Right. On the reverse side of that, there will be, because all the eclipses in Pisces will be full moon lunar over the next 2 years. And we had our first one in the September eclipse season. Eclipses in Pisces, full moon ones, this with Pluto, it critical degrees at the beginning of a new sign. This is, I think, quite a few people choosing to exit the planet. This is part of this nodal shift as well, because you are going to feel, and maybe you will feel it as soon as January 11th comes, maybe you'll feel it weeks into it. You will start to feel after January 11th, the energy getting even higher in vibration on the planet. And if people do not want to do the self-development, if people do not want to step into their mind, body, spiritual health, I think those people will be exiting the planet, which is very intense for me to say, but it's just kind of showing up in the astrology and I'm feeling it intuitively as well. So just have to share that. So that'll be a part of this nodal journey as well, is, the oneness. Pisces is the oneness and the remembrance that we are not just these physical bodies. We are not just these physical plane. We are not just this physical plane. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and everything is connected and everything is one, even if there is maybe a loved one that we have in our lives, which I know it's easier said than to experience, that does crossover because of the shift that we are going through on the planet. So I think it's so interesting too. I want to bring up another chart here, that during this transit, where do I have this? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Digibean. Hi, Digibean says the Great Purge and the Grand Awakening. Yes, totally. And we've already been going through that. This is going to get even stronger now. Wild, wild, wild. So, the dispositors, the rulers of the North Node in Pisces, we've been talking about Neptune. That's the, modern day ruler of Pisces. Pisces' traditional planetary ruler is Jupiter. Okay. Jupiter rules over Sagittarius and Pisces. And starting on June 9th, 2025, going until summer of 2026, Jupiter is going to leave Gemini where he is right now, which is absolutely crazy information overload. I cannot wait until Jupiter is out of Gemini. I don't know about you guys. But Jupiter will enter his exalted sign. So his third most favorite place to be, other than Pisces and Sagittarius, of Cancer. This is so positive for the collective. I'm going to do a whole other Jupiter and Cancer video as we get closer to the start of that transit. But so cool, because Jupiter, starting in June, is going to be in Cancer, where he really likes to be. And Neptune is where he really likes to be, at home in Pisces. The two rulers of the North Node in either a home sign or exalted sign. This is fucking powerful, you guys. This is like, some of you guys may think, wow, Meg is being so dramatic right now. This is so powerful. This is such a potent nodal transit. And it's actually going to be strongest when we have the Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer, which actually won't be until late October. From October 22nd, 2025 to January 25th, 2026. I'm going to predict that I think this is going to be the strongest expression of this North Node in Pisces transit, because the two rulers will be in their strongest placements. So up until then, Neptune is either in Pisces or Aries, and Jupiter will either be in Gemini or Cancer. But from October 22nd to January 25th, 2026, they are in Pisces and Cancer. This is a very strong expression. This is going to be huge spiritual upgrades that we're going to be receiving. Our psychic senses coming online, the health system shifting even more, and it's positive and it's supportive. It's very positive and supportive with those two rulers in the places that they like to be in. So this is so cool. I'm so excited for this, you guys. Denise says, thanks so much for sharing so openly and honestly, Meg. I love and appreciate you. Well, thank you, Denise. I love and appreciate you as well. And all you out there that support my channel, I love you guys so much. So just to do a little recap, and then we're going to go into each of the 12 signs for this nodal shift. Predictions for this transit. Even greater mass spiritual awakening of humanity. Profound, intuitive, spiritual, and dream experiences, magical and profound. Divine intervention for Mother Earth and humanity. Major changes to the health field, health practices, medicines, health institutions. Also, didn't mention this yet, because while the North Node is in Pisces and South Node is in Virgo, for much of that, we will be having Saturn and Neptune, one of the rulers of North Node and Pisces, in conjunction. Saturn deals with law, order, governments, karma being paid. Neptune also deals with karma being paid. I think we're going to see huge trials. This is not in the faraway. Nuremberg 2.0 is coming. I'm just going to predict this. I think Nuremberg 2.0 is coming during this North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo transit. Health officials, health institutions, all ruled by this axis, Pisces and Virgo, will be literally put to trial. with Saturn and Neptune conjunction happening at the same time. So this is a lot. Also, even though there will be health challenges, and in medical astrology, we're health-wise, we're a little bit weaker. We got to take extra care of our health. There will be huge advancements and inventions in health. By the end of this transit, I think there will be major diseases that have cures. And someone mentioned in the comments earlier, med beds, yeah, things like that coming forward, going to be so, so powerful. So I am so, so excited for this transit. And I also wanted to mention as well that with the South Node in Virgo, Virgo is not just health, our routines. It also rules pets, small animals, and our day-to-day work and routines. There's going to be the way that we work. Okay, so the most, I guess, normie way to work at the moment is the 9 to 5. You know that term, the 9 to 5. You know, there may be in society, and I know there's many different kinds of societies all over the world, but I think there may be a shift into possibly a different kind of work routine, because Virgo is our work routines. So maybe it becomes normalized to have 4-day work weeks, or normalized to have a different set of standards in the day-to-day work in the collective. I think that is something we can also see with this transit as well. That's very, very interesting. So before we get into each of the 12 signs, let's pull some cards. Let's do a little collective card pull for us all on this nodal shift of the North Node going into Pisces, South Node going into Virgo for 18 months, starting on January 11th, 2025. What can we expect? Universe, what can we expect? What is our divine guidance as we step into this very magical transit? And I don't know about you guys, my third eye, I've been having headaches the whole past few days, and I don't get headaches. And the last time I had headaches like this was in 2012, when I had my like full-blown starseed awakening and my third eye opened up, and my Reiki teacher at the time was like, oh yeah, your third eye is opening. That's why you're having headaches. And I have never had those headaches since. And I've started having them within the last few days. So let me know if anybody else, oh, we've got Kawartha Lakes here. So cool. Hello, my Canadian sister. Let me know if anyone else is having that, because you can literally have headaches like because your third eye is opening. And I feel like mine is maybe opening even more. Deb says, yes, and jaw aches, really painful. Interesting. Jaw aches. So that would be more, that makes sense. Jaw is more Aries, which we do have, you know, Saturn and Neptune about to enter Aries as we go into 2025. Do you have any Aries, Debs, in your chart? Aries placements are more prone to jaw aches, also headaches, but headaches we can have. Okay, a lot of you guys are having that. Interesting. Bobby says, yes, headaches. Angel says, yes, a lot of pressure. Oh, wow. A lot of you guys are having that. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going crazy. Many of us are having that. So that's something in the medical astrology to be aware of. And I find peppermint oil really helps. I'm a Taurus rising, so I got all my little diva physical objects with me at all times. I always have like 20 essential oils on me at all times because I'm just crazy like that. And doTERRA is my favorite brand. And peppermint is awesome for if you have any headaches, any pain. And I just put a couple drops on my forehead. Love that. Really good to open the sinuses as well. So I find that helps. Okay, so back to the cards. Let's see. What's our divine guidance, universe, as we step into this transit? This is exciting. I'm so excited. Ooh, okay. I'm pulling from the Angel Numbers Oracle. And I'm also going to pull from my Halloween tarot deck that my soul sister Marie Jose gifted to me, which I absolutely love. And in 2025, I'm going to start incorporating a bit more tarot. I definitely feel a little bit self-conscious. I'll just be honest with you guys about my tarot skills. I am no Janine. I am no Ashala, like on Beyond Mystic, my soul sisters on Beyond Mystic. But I do love tarot, and I am really feeling like I want to integrate it more into my with astrology. So I'm going to try my best. Don't judge me, you guys. I've been more of an oracle card girl as of late. Okay, and whoa, you guys. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this stuff up. Woo! Okay, I love these Halloween cards. Okay. So from the angel numbers deck, we've got Bonds 2020, 2020 Bonds. 2131. Let me know, you guys, if any of these number sequences are ones that you ever get. Achievement. Interesting. 3003 inspiration. My third eye is going crazy right now in the whole past few days. I'm getting chills with this Bonds card. It feels like part of this North Node in Pisces with Neptune there is like also soulmates. Pisces is also very romantic and very much about soulmates and twin flames. And many people during this transit are going to start to meet their soulmates if you haven't met them already. That's what I feel from that card. That is very cool. And achievement of spiritual growth is going to occur big time, as well as, of course, divine inspiration, creativity. Very, very powerful. And in the Halloween Tarot, we've got the High Priestess. You can't make this stuff up, right? So she's like a master of intuition and spiritual practices and going beyond the veil, looking beyond the veil, right? So the High Priestess is saying, yeah, this is going to be a very spiritually empowering transit. And she is with us as an archetype as we go through this transit. And you don't mess with the High Priestess. She's like, to me at least, the High Priestess is like expert at her field. So even if you don't want to step into professionally, like being a psychic or an astrologer or a healing arts practitioner or a tarot reader or a sound healer, it's like I'm hearing the High Priestess say, actually, like, be the expert, or you're rather becoming an expert of a spiritual practice in your life. And you're going to see the gifts that flow to you when you do so. And if you are somebody that works in the healing arts during this North Node in Pisces transit with Neptune there, you're going to be like a High Priestess, very activated, going to the next level with your gifts. Sunny's here. Hi, Sunny. So that's so cool that we got that one. And we've also got the Sun for this North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo transit. The Sun. So, and that's also what I was feeling too. It's interesting because before I went live, I was preparing for today's show. And I was thinking to myself, like, and you guys know, I keep it real. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this is going to be like, are we all going to go mentally fucking crazy with the North Node in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces? Is this going to be like, we're all going to lose our minds mentally? But then I started to think, okay, no, Neptune at rulership in Pisces, Jupiter, the traditional ruler, exalted in Cancer, very potent eclipses that we're having, divine intervention, miracles, the Sun card confirming. It's not going to be like an end of the world, we're all going to lose our minds, apocalypse, death and rebirth. It's actually going to be, and I'm feeling this very strong, it's actually going to be, it's going to be fun. If you surrender to the North Node in Pisces, it's going to be fun, like this little trick-or-treater there. And it's actually going to be miraculous. Okay. And I don't know about you guys, but even before we've stepped into this North Node in Pisces, like, it makes me think about the US election that we just had. That's been 2 months. So crazy. I'm just looking at my calendar. It's been exactly 2 months since the US election. I felt a huge timeline shift with that, and like things could have gone into a very negative place depending on the results of that election. But I feel a really huge positive shift since that US election. And to me, that was a miracle. And I feel like there's been miracles occurring ever since. So I feel like the sun is saying, this is going to be positive. There's going to be miracles occurring as well. And we've also got the King of Swords. Interesting. I don't really know that much about the King of Swords. So we've got Sunny. She's way better at the tarot than me. Sunny, let us know what the King of Swords is about, or anybody in the chat. Sunny says, excited to see what this nodal shift brings. I just bought a bunch of vitamins. Yay! Good job. Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely, you know, we're going to have to be on top of our health game for sure. And this is also me doing the tarot cards, you guys, where I'm admitting to you guys that I'm not a tarot expert at all, but I've definitely been practicing it a lot more recently. And me starting to share that with you guys is really stepping into the North Node in Pisces. I'm expressing the North Node in Pisces because from my personal experience, I didn't realize like how good of an astrologer I actually was until I became a professional astrologer and just actually started to fucking do it, right? So until you actually start to do something, right? Jane says Count Dracula. Yeah, Count Dracula. Until you actually start to do something, you won't get that good at it, right? So do the spiritual practices. And I feel like I'm getting intuitively that some of you guys are sound healers out there, and this might be a specific intuitive message for one or a few people out there in particular, but I'm getting this very strong, so I'm just going to say it. I feel like there's some people that are going to listen to this video that have been thinking about starting a sound healing business, and you're feeling really insecure about that. Okay. Do it. Do it. If that's your passion and that's what you love to do, the astrology is, if you are in a healing arts profession or a creative profession, it's going to be extremely successful moving forward. And it's very much needed. And I'm just getting intuitively very strong that you're supposed to be doing that. So do that. And that goes for anybody wanting to do anything, by the way. Sunny says, LOL, I pulled the King of Swords today too. It's, oh my God, that's so crazy. It's all about mastering our mind. Right. So the King of Swords, mastering your mind. The swords are about the mind and air. But the King of Swords can be quite rigid and even cold. So it could be letting go of what's not improving our, thank you, Sunny, our mental health or mental state. So to focus on what brings you joy. That's so interesting. What you're interested in, and probably diving deeper into a subject that's going to improve your life. That is so cool. Thank you, Sunny, so much for that. So it's about improvement of our mental health, mastering our mind and our thoughts. And yeah, he does look kind of rigid there, which can be Virgo, the South Node, right? So that's also, thank you so much for that, Sunny. That's also making me think about how, you know, Virgo, which is about to be our South Node in just a few days from when I'm filming this video, it's like Virgo in its shadow aspect can be rigid, and it can be OCD, and it can be obsessive, kind of like a Scorpio, like this is my thought pattern, this is the way this needs to be, or this is my negative belief, and there's nothing that's going to change that. I'm never going to be able to be the sound healer. I'm just not going to freaking do it. Right? It's like, no, excuse me, letting go of those limiting beliefs. So cool. Sunny says, I've been realizing how rigid I really am lately. Yeah, Sunny's triple fixed in her sun, moon, rising. I'm double fixed in my sun, moon, rising. So I can definitely be rigid at times too. That's funny. Jane says, oh, Sunny, you always channel profound words of wisdom. Yes, Sunny is extremely powerful channeler. And let's just, I'm going to give Sunny a little plug here, because tomorrow she's going to be live on the Meg Moonbeam channel for a live crystals and chill live sale with Sunny. So very excited that Sunny is going to be doing more of her live sales on our channel. So join us. Is that tomorrow or Friday? I've got the Belgium time, so sorry you guys if that's confusing. What time is it at on Thursday, Sunny, that you're doing that? Let me know and I'll let everybody know. It's saying 3 a.m. because I'm in Belgium. So that would be 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. So that's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, January 9th at 9 p.m. Oh, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Thursday, January 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunny's going to do a crystal live sale. And she just had a Cerusite collection drop. So go check that out. She also says, I just uploaded a video to my channel too. Okay, cool. Go, everybody go follow, go follow Sunny at Sunny from Pluto on YouTube. Awesome. And that's also part of North Node and Pisces. Crystals. Crystals can be an amazing ally, right? Crystals in astrology is Pisces because they're magical allies. They're literally physical, magical elemental beings. I really resonate with that. You know, crystals are physical elemental beings. So very powerful for us to be working with them. Okay, so let's start to get into each of the 12 signs for this nodal shift. Let's see what we've got going on. Love you too, Sunny. Looking forward to the live sale. And I'm going to need to get a piece of Cerusite because, am I saying that right? Cerusite? I hope I'm saying that right because I don't have a piece yet. So, loves it. Okay, Aries. What have we got going on? Oh my God. Carol, is that you? Right in moments. Hi, Meg, Solstice, right in Akasha's Den. Love your show. Is this Carol? Oh my God. If so, I love you. Miss you. See you soon. Murdoch says, which crystal are you wearing? Actually, right now, I am showcasing. I'm wearing one of Sunny's crystal jujus that she made for me. And this is a danbarite. Very high vibrational crystal. Sunny also makes these handmade crystal jujus, and they're very high quality. They're built to last and they will never degrade. So I like to have my crystal jujus on me at all times. You can go to the scorplingshop.com to check them out. Carol, yay. Thank you so much for joining. Love you, Carol. Miss you. Oh my God, all my favorite people are here. What the hell is going on? It's a Pisces miracle with the North Node going into Pisces. Okay, so Aries, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Now we're going to want to listen most importantly, to our rising and sun signs for these North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo predictions. You can also listen to your moon sign, but the moon sign will be more so for personal psychological interpretations, what you'll be going through on the psychological internal level. Okay. So Aries, you have got, of course, Pisces in your 12th house of Pisces. You've got all the houses in their sign rulership. So you're going to be having the North Node in Pisces in your 12th house for the next 18 months. And the South Node in Virgo in your 6th house of Virgo of health. So everything that I just talked about, if you're an Aries and you've just gotten to this part of the video, because I'm going to put the timestamps in, sorry, Aries, but you're going to have to go back and listen to the whole video because literally everything that I talked about for the collective matters to everybody, but really applies to you because you've got the nodes in their home houses. Okay. So with the South Node in Virgo, Aries, you guys are going through release of health issues, if there are any, and day-to-day work routines that no longer serve you. Okay. So with the South Node in Virgo in your 6th house, it's going to be very, very important for you, Aries, to be mindful and taking care of your physical health. An astrological remedy for this can be, doing regular cleansing practices will really help with that. If you're an Aries that has been having like a physical health issue, this can be a transit where, you know, you heal a physical issue. There could, and remember, with the North Node and Neptune together, this is divine intervention. This could be miraculous healings towards your health, actually. Sunny says Pisces rules the feet, LMFAO. Yeah, it's funny that Pisces rules the feet. So Aries, you might be really noticing the feet. There could be possible more of a propensity for issues with the feet. In medical astrology, of course, Aries does rule the head. So Aries are more prone to migraines, headaches, mouth issues, ear issues. So if they're, oh my God, Sunny, you're getting a pedicure. That's so funny. So Aries, sorry, if you are having any issues like that, you're not crazy. You're an Aries. You're more likely to have those things in the medical astrology. This is a really good time to be focusing on your health with the South Node in Virgo and North Node in Pisces in the 12th house, your spiritual health. So interesting. Carol says, I see a lot of animals with issues that vets cannot diagnose. Wow, that is super interesting. And it's so interesting too, Carol, because Virgo rules pets. And with the South Node in Virgo, there's going to be some kind of ending to the veterinarian modern day practice of taking care of pets. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out in the collective. So Aries, to go on with you with the North Node in Pisces in your 12th house, go back to this video, listen to everything I said, because wowzers, you guys are going through a huge spiritual awakening, even more so than you already are, and intuitive and spiritual development. There can be miraculous healings that take place on the spiritual level, emotional level, and physical level as well. You're likely to have really wild dreams for the whole next 18 months, particularly the times where the North Node and Neptune are both in Pisces at the same time. Pay attention to your dreams. The veils are very, very thin for you. And your dreams are giving you messages, and you can even have the gift of prophecy during this time. You can also be feeling really highly creative, and it's a very good time with the North Node in Pisces in your 12th house to be doing work behind the scenes, creative work behind the scenes as well, whether that's through filmmaking, music, art, or whatever you're passionate about. Spending time doing it alone, 12th house is doing things alone in isolation behind the scenes. So hope that resonated with you, Aries. I'm sending lots of love your way. And happy nodal shift. Okay, next we're going to go into, our Taurus. Carol says, interesting, my Aries clients are having problems with their feet. You're so on, Meg. Wow, that is wild. You can't make this stuff up. And I have to give a shout out to Carol as well. Carol is my soul sister in Ontario, Canada. If you guys are in the GTA area, okay, this place called Akasha's Den is actually where I worked there for like 4 years with Carol. And the owners are Mary and Alex, and Carol does her healing sessions, amazing private healing sessions. Carol is an amazing light worker. Where are your sessions here? Oh, here they are, Carol. Carol does divine angelic heart healing / mediumship readings out of Akasha's Den. Highly, highly recommend. Carol, if you're in the GTA area, Akasha's Den is in Oakville, Ontario. So go check that out. I know Carol is like really, really booked up, but if you're looking to have an in-person session with a real deal healer, Carol is the one to go check out if you're in that area. So go check that out. Love you, Carol. And Carol does sound healing as well. So she incorporates like the sound healing, channeling, astrology, her mediumship. She's absolutely amazing. So, okay, Taurus, sun, risings, and moons. I've got my rising in Taurus. So shout out to all my fellow Tauruses out there. We're having the North Node in Pisces in our 11th house and the South Node in Virgo in our 5th house. So Taurus is with the South Node in Virgo in our 5th house, there is an ending and a completion that is going on with our inner child, with children that we might have around us in life, with our sense of fun and play, and an ending and completion around how we show up in our confidence to the world and the gifts and the talents that we have to share. So this is kind of cool, Tauruses, because we are being really up leveled because we're having transit Pluto right on our midheaven at the top of our astrological chart. Very freaking intense in the solar charts in our 10th house. Tauruses are going through an absolutely huge upgrade of our careers, of our long-term goals, of our legacy. And it can be changing. It can be going in directions that we maybe didn't expect it to go, with our 10th house being ruled by Aquarius and Pluto there. And with the South Node in Virgo in the 5th house, it's like cleansing out, Virgo cleansing out any self-confidence issues during this transit that you've been going through. It's a very good transit to be doing inner child healing, self-confidence work, to be showcasing your gifts and talents out into the world, in a confident way and in an organized way, bringing organization. Virgo is organization to your dreams, to your gifts and talents that you may want to make into a new career. Pluto on the midheaven going into the 10th house. With the North Node in Pisces in your 11th house, this is, really wherever the North Node is, you guys, is what we really want to be focusing on. Very much so. So the 11th house, this is Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the Aquarian ruled areas of life, our friends, our like-minded community, technology, social media, new Aquarian innovations. All those Aquarian ruled things are long-term goals and dreams. So with the North Node in Pisces, Taurus, we, if you don't already have spiritual like-minded friends or community, that's definitely going to be coming into your life. Taurus is some soulmate friend and community, new relationships. And there will be many Tauruses out there maybe starting a new business with a friend or with a group of people. And maybe it's something that you do a lot through utilizing online or social media, or like an online store, because that does have to do with the 11th house. So many Tauruses will be stepping into more Piscean kind of careers and long-term goals, and doing it with friends and doing it with like-minded community as well. So very magical time for you. Fun having those nodes in the North and South, in the 11th and 5th houses. So love you, Tauruses, so much, and sending lots of cosmic love your way. Next, we go to our Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Geminis are having the South Node in Virgo in the 4th house and the North Node in Pisces in the 10th house. So Geminis, this is interesting. South Node in Virgo in the 4th house. There's, during the next 18 months in this transit, a letting go and a completion having to do with your family, having to do with ancestral patterns, your living situation, your home. There will be many Geminis that are maybe leaving a home, moving homes. This is a good time, Geminis, to be cleaning out your home. Virgo is cleaning. Virgos love to clean. They love to have everything in order, no mess, okay? I have a sister. My sister Amy is a triple Virgo. And if you go over to her house, there is not a speck of dirt in the house. If you're ever with her, she's always put together. She's always got her shit together, you Virgos. So, South Node in Virgo in the 4th house is like cleaning out the home, doing feng shui, getting rid of any heavy energies, anything that doesn't need to be there anymore. Really advise feng shui is something good for you guys to be doing. And in terms of healing practices, ancestral healing with the South Node in your 4th house is very good during this transit. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just going to put on my blue light glasses because I've been having this headache for the past few days. So I have to put on my blue light glasses because the screen can sometimes affect my eyes. So sorry about that. But to go on Geminis, the North Node in Pisces in your 10th house, this is fantastic for your career, for your long-term goals, for publicly being seen, public reputation and recognition. Many Geminis with, Pisces being in your 10th house, the North Node and Neptune conjunct in there, Saturn also in there. Lots of Geminis are going to be stepping into Piscean type of careers, and successful ones where you might be like being seen publicly or getting a raise, getting a promotion, or starting your own Piscean kind of business, maybe in sound healing or the healing arts or music or something creative, something that has to do with being of service to others. So very, very powerful time, Geminis, with the North Node in Pisces, for you to be working, for you to be going towards your long-term goals and being of service to humanity through your soul gifts. So hope that resonated. Love you, Gemini, so much. And I'm sending lots of love your way. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings, you have got the South Node in Virgo in your 3rd house and the North Node in Pisces in your 9th house for the next 18 months. So with the South Node in Virgo in your 3rd house, you're letting go of, how you communicate, how you think, what you've been learning, what you've been putting your energy to in terms of the information you've been taking in and how you've been communicating outwards. There can be a letting go of maybe a subject you've really been interested in that you could feel like, okay, been there, done that. Now with the North Node in Pisces in your 9th house, you're ready to commit even deeper to higher learning, your higher consciousness. This is a fantastic period, transit, for you to be taking a course, to be taking some kind of spiritual or creative course. Also really good for foreign travel over the next 18 months, especially to sacred sites. Pisces in the 9th house, that's travel to sacred sites. Very, very powerful time for that. Publishing of spiritual or creative works as well with the North Node in the 9th house. So these are definitely lighter houses to be having this nodal transit in for sure. There could be also with the South Node in your 3rd house, the ending of maybe certain friendships that don't serve you anymore, or relationships that you have in your local community. Maybe you're leaving communities, or there's some kind of ending or completion happening in the community that you live in. That could be going on. But I absolutely love that you've got the North Node in Pisces in your 9th house. Fantastic, fantastic also for meditation, for spiritual practices of stepping into your higher consciousness. Very, very cool. So love you, Cancers, so, so much. I'm sending so much cosmic love your way, and happy nodal shift. Okay, now we've got our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Leos, the astrology is very interesting for you guys lately. You got the South Node in Virgo in your 2nd house, and the North Node moving into Pisces is going to be in your 8th house. What do I like to say about the 8th house? I like to go, dun, dun, dun. Okay. But no, this is actually really cool. I like this North Node in the 8th house. So with the South Node in the 2nd house, right? The South Node is what we're letting go of. It can also be like loss and completion. In Virgo, right? Virgo is an earth sign. 2nd house is Taurus ruled Aries, which is another earth sign. This has to do with work and income streams that no longer serve you. Also values that may no longer serve you that you are letting go of during this transit. And wowzers, with the North Node in Pisces conjunct Neptune in your 8th house of Scorpio, this is a transit, this nodal transit. You are transforming. You are going through huge, I'm hearing spirits say, a hella spiritual transformation. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is interesting because Leos, okay, you guys are the stars of the show. You guys are in the spotlight. You guys are here to be seen and to be inspiring all of us by being in your confidence and bravery and shining in your gifts. You guys are here to be seen by others, right? So I'm not going to say don't go towards career and putting yourself out there, because you're a Leo. You're here to do that. But with the North Node in Pisces in your 8th house, with Neptune there too, Saturn there too, this is a time, make time for real deal healing and self-development and transformation. This is fantastic for doing therapy, for doing rehab programs, for getting a therapist, for, if you got some major kind of issue going on or addiction going on, and as soon as I say that, as soon as I say that, whatever pops into your mind first, Leo's like, oh, I got that issue, or I've got that insecurity, or I've got that trauma, whatever it is. This is an amazing time for you to be honing in on that and really working through that. With 8th house of Scorpio is real deal healing arts professionals, psychotherapists, spiritual psychotherapists, shamans, astrologers, whatever it is that resonates with you. Make time during this transit for real deal healing and going within. Okay. Scorpios, similar to Pisces, does rule isolation, being on your own, kind of being separated from society. But all the water signs kind of have that piece to them where we don't mind being alone usually. Now, everybody's got their individual chart, but it's very important for the water signs, the water house frequencies, for there to be alone time, for there to be integration of the healing that's taking place. So something for you guys to be thinking about. Very powerful for the Leos. Carol says, optimum opportunity to do inner healing, transforming and awakening and becoming the leader of the divine show. I love that. That is so cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Carol. So love you, Leos. I'm sending lots of love your way, and happy nodal shift. Okay, Virgos. Woo! Our Virgos. We got the South Node in Virgo in your 1st house for the next 18 months. And North Node in Pisces, opposite sign, in your 7th house. So if you are a Virgo or a Pisces, Sun, rising, also the moon for more personal psychological interpretations, you will be the 2 signs most affected by this nodal shift. So Virgos, I'll tell you, I noticed a few years ago when the South Node was in Scorpio, and I am a Scorpio sun, there was a lot of shit I was letting go of. There was, what year was that? That was 2022. What year was that? 21, 22, North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. I might be having a brain fart, but anyways, around then, when the South Node is in your sign, there is going to be major endings, completion, and releasing going on, having to do with the very foundations of your life, having to do with your very identity, having to do with how people see you. Okay. So Virgos, you are not going crazy if for the next 18 months, there's huge life shifts. Your life might even completely shift directions. Okay. I'm getting like huge chills right now as I'm looking at the chart for the Virgos, because even though there is this very big theme of endings and completion and identity shifts and toxicity being cleansed and removed from your lives, how beautiful is it that you've got the North Node and Neptune conjunct in your 7th house with Saturn there for a lot of this transit. 7th house is others, it's relationships, it's our commitments, it's soulmates. Pisces is the exalted sign of Venus, the ruler of the 7th house, the ruler of Libra, the 7th house, right? So Pisces is good in the 7th house. Pisces is exalted in the 7th house. Virgo, even though there's a lot you're letting go of, there can maybe be some, challenges in that completion process of what's coming up from the foundations of your life. Virgos, you're having soulmate relationships come into your life in love, in work, People are attracted to you. Boundaries are going to be very important at this time. I mean, North Node with Neptune and Pisces in your 7th house. People want to be around you. And if you've been wanting to attract a soulmate, okay, that is the astrological forecast is saying, yeah, this is 10 out of 10. Put yourself out there. Be very clear about what kind of people you want to attract in love. And many Virgos will be getting married. Saturn there in the 7th house. There could be breakups going on and like new relationships starting right away for Virgos. So very much about love, very much about your commitments, very much about your relationships. And I'm hearing spirits say, do you consider the people around you true soul mates? Soul mates. Okay. It's one thing to have a friend, but is it a soul friend? Is that friend a soul mate? It's okay. It's cool to have a boyfriend, but is that boyfriend a soul mate that you guys relate on the soul level, that you have that mind, body, spirit connection with, that you feel you can completely surrender and just be yourself with, and you accept them for all their positivity, all their flaws, and they accept you the same way? Are you on the spiritual journey in your relationships? Because if not, that is likely to fall away and new ones are going to be coming in. So very, very cool, Virgos, very super magical. And also, excuse me, the 7th house can also be our aesthetic and our style. Your style, how you present yourself is very, very important. Okay. And there can be a change going on there. And it's actually good, Virgos. I know you guys are very aware of how you look. You're very aware of fashion. And usually I find Virgos usually are very like fashionista, and they've got their shit together somehow really well when it comes to style. But with this emphasis in your 7th house, are there new colors you need to bring in? Is there a new style you need to bring in about, going forward? And does that reflect where you are right now vibrationally? So hope that resonates, Virgo. Very magical. There's some magical soulmates coming in. Love you guys so much and sending lots of love your way. I'm so happy we have Carol here. Carol says, Virgo, good news. You're letting go of the victim, persecutor, persecution, save your belief system, and becoming your independent soul, divine lover, and attracting the divine lover. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Carol. Okay, next we go to our Libras. Libras, you guys can give yourself a big fat hug. You guys can celebrate because the South Node is leaving your sign. Woohoo! Okay. It's been hard for the Libra. Do we have any Libras in the chat? Libras, let us know in the live chat or the comments below if you're watching the replay. What the heck's been going on for you? Because every Libra I'm talking to, there's major challenges they've been going through the past 18 months. Relation breakups, divorce, work changes, identity crises at times. Tree hugger for Trump. I love your username. You say yes. Sassy Cindy. Most of my planets are in Libra and my man is a Libra. Of course. Libras attract Libras. Jill is here. Hi, Jill. Steve is a triple Libra. Awesome. Well, I'm happy to say for Steve and all the other Libras that South Node leaving your sign is a weight off your back. You're going to notice the energy getting lighter for you Libras. And it's been intense because, if you're a Libra sun in particular, the sun is at fall in the sign of Libra because it's the opposite sign of Aries where the sun is at home. So to be a Libra is a little bit challenging, even though it's a beautiful sign, because Libras are very attuned to everybody around them, very sensitive to everybody around them. And sometimes it's hard to sift through what's yours and what's not yours. So with the South Node having been in Libra that we've just come out of, it's been a really big release of what's not your shit. Okay, what is not yours and what is actually other people's stuff? Okay, and there's likely to have been a lot of relationship changes, work changes, commitment changes. Good news is you got the South Node out of your sign, and the South Node in Virgo is going into your 12th house. The North Node in Pisces is going into your 6th house. So this is a different kind of sensitivity coming into the forefront. This is similar to what I was saying to Aries. If you haven't seen the whole first part of this live stream where I talked about what this North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo means for the whole collective, you're going to want to check that out because you've got the nodes in their respective houses. So South Node in Virgo in Pisces house, North Node in Pisces in Virgo house. Libra, this is, you're going through a huge upgrading of your physical, emotional. I'm hearing that weird sound again. Sorry, you guys. I said that at the beginning of this video. I said you're going to start to, with the North Node in Pisces, have your psychic senses activate even more. And throughout this video, I've been hearing like somebody literally walking around in my office here, and there's nobody here. So I'm hearing it right now. I'm physically hearing walking around in my room and there's nobody here right now. Some of you guys may think I'm totally nuts, but I'm not lying. So that's part of this Piscean energy. It's like, as someone said, I forget who it was that said in the live chats, the perfect phrase, the veils are thin. So Libra, for you and the Aries in particular, the veils are very, very thin. South Node in your 12th house is letting go of, spiritual karma. And it's going to be quite effortless for you because you've just had the South Node in your sign. So you just went through a huge cleansing and reboot with the South Node in your sign. So you're letting go of what's holding you back or what's stopping you from having those psychic senses open, from spiritually developing even more, from having your creativity opening more. And with the North Node in Pisces, with Neptune in your 6th house, this is fantastic for your health, for your day-to-day work, for your routines, for starting a spiritual routine, for starting a spiritual, creative, or healing arts day-to-day work, career, income stream as well, being of service in a Piscean way, right? So Libras, I like this for you. You're feeling, I'm hearing spirits say, you're feeling like you're getting back on your feet because it hasn't been easy with the South Node in your sign. And if you're a Libra where you're like, I don't know what Meg is talking about, I was fine with the South Node in my sign, then that's great. Okay, that's awesome. But for many Libras, this has not been a walk in the park. So very happy to share with you guys that it's going to get lighter. South Node is off your back. Okay, Libras, love you and happy nodal shift. Okay. I am Gabriel says, I've been waiting all my life for this shift. That's very powerful. It does feel like that we're going to the next level here. With this nodal shift is humanity, Mother Earth. We're going to we're literally going into another dimension. Literally. We are, the Earth is going through the photon band with our solar system, and it's being reflected in the Western astrology. Huge spiritual activation going on. So anyways, we move to my fellow Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. So Scorpios, we've got the South Node in Virgo in our 11th house and the North Node in Pisces in our 5th house. Woohoo! Okay, what do I like to say about the 5th house? This is the fun house. Which, if you're a Scorpio like me, okay, if you're a Scorpio, sun, moon, rising like me, sometimes we can have an issue with like genuinely having pure fun. Okay, pure, unfiltered fun, feeling like a child. The 5th house is the inner child and children. Lakeside Laura is saying, party. Yeah. So Scorpios with the North Node and Neptune in your 5th house. Yes, Granddaddy Saturn is there. Okay, but Neptune is the strongest influence, and Neptune is the dispositor of the North Node in Pisces. Holy guacamole. This is very fun. This is super creative, Scorpios. So I have definitely been not doing certain creative things that I love to do and that I have as natural gifts for in recent times. And I know with this North Node in Pisces, this is the perfect time to get back into a creative hobby, a creative profession, or natural gift that you have, Scorpios. This is like you could be a creative genius during this transit. Having all this Pisces, North Node, Neptune, Saturn, even Venus for part of it in your fifth house. Fantastic for entering creative careers or hobbies, for having fun. Let yourself have fun with the North Node and Pisces in your fifth house, right? If you're ever, the North Node shows us what do I need to be doing right now, right? The North Node in our birth chart is our purpose. What's in alignment for me is what I'm doing in alignment with my North Node. That's the most important thing for me personally as an evolutionary astrologer, is the North Node. So with the North Node and Pisces in your fifth house, if you're ever sitting there, Scorpio, and you're like, what should I be doing right now? Oh, let me look at the chart. Let me look at where the North, oh, it's in my fifth house. What does that mean? Have fun, be creative, let loose. Don't be so serious. Okay, Scorpio can be very serious, and we can be, drawn to the darker sides of life. So this is, and it's just happening naturally. You're going to feel an upliftment. You're going to feel a lightness. Very good to spend time around children. Carol says, shine, baby, shine. Yeah, let yourself shine. Let yourself shine in your gifts. Be confident in your gifts. Be confident in who the heck you are and what you came here to do with that North Node in your fifth house. And South Node in Virgo in the 11th house is a completion and letting go of, maybe community that no longer serves you, some friends that no longer serves you. Could be some group work situations that don't longer serve you, where you haven't been feeling like yourself. Okay, South Node in the 11th house is like, there could be some friendships coming to an end. There could be some people around you, some communities, some groups coming to an end where, Scorpio, that you are a powerful sign. Scorpio does rule power in astrology. And Scorpios tend to know their worth. The fixed signs like Scorpio tend to know their worth. But if you, for whatever reason, have been having any self-worth issues, this is fantastic, the North Node in your fifth house. And if you've got anybody around you, South Node in the 11th house, if there's anybody around you over the next 18 months that's like, oh, you want to be I don't know, you want to be a famous tarot reader, or you want to be, I'm just using a silly example, you want to be a veterinarian and have your own YouTube channel and show people, animal healing, you can't do that. If you've got people around you saying you can't do that, or that's not cool, or that's not what you should be doing, that if people are telling you to do the opposite of what your passionates are, and if people are not honoring your value and self-worth, which is going to happen for a lot of Scorpios, there will be some friendships that need to come to a completion point, or just people that you have around you, right? Aquarius can also be like acquaintances or people that you have around you. Birds of a feather flock together. So you don't want to have anyone around you. Like North Node in the fifth house, Scorpio, over the next 18 months, you're being seen, and you can possibly be publicly seen for your gifts and talents. It's in alignment with the astrology. So very good time for career, for your natural gifts. And don't let anybody around you cramp your style, tell you that you can't do it, tell you that your ideas are not good, tell you that it's not cool. Right? Aquarius is cool. The 11th house is cool and trends. So maybe you're coming up with, yeah, RG, that's what I was trying to say, animal psychic. Yeah, you're tuning into future trends, South Node in the 11th house. And if anybody's cramping your style, you don't need people like that around you, because that's not a soulmate. Going back to the soulmates, what I was saying to the Virgos, a soulmate, even if they don't understand what the heck you're talking about, a true soulmate, excuse me, either as a friend or a lover, excuse me, is going to say, Yeah, I see you. I see the light. I see the beauty. I see the magic of who you are, and I don't really understand what you're talking about, but I believe in you. That's what a soulmate would say. They're not going to push you down. They're not going to make fun of you. They're not going to make you feel like shit. So very cool transit for you, Scorpios. Hope that resonated, and sending lots and lots of love your way. Okay. Also, oh yeah, Carol's bringing up a good point for the Scorpio twos. Scorpios too. Love affairs. Fifth house can also be romance. Ooh, and Pisces is very romantic as well. So, sexy time, romantic time for the Scorpios out there. Okay, Sagittarius. What have we got going on for our Saggies? You've got the South Node in Virgo in the 10th house and the North Node in Pisces in the 4th house. Ooh, this is interesting because I just realized right now my husband is a Sagittarius and I didn't realize until right now where he's got his nose, but that makes complete sense. South Node in Virgo in the 10th house. You guys are letting go of long-term goal, like the way that you thought the future was going to go, right? The 10th house of Capricorn. Capricorn can be very set in, this is the goal that I have to achieve, and this is my mission, and this is how it's going to be. With the South Node in your 10th house, it's like, okay, there may be some long-term goals that are being let go, and new ones being created that actually serve you as we go into this time, this age of Aquarius. This is completely new ways of doing things and a totally new age for humanity and the earth, where certain systems that we might have had in place, Sagittarians, where some of those goals may have been applicable, are falling apart and there's new ones being created. So this is a time with the South Node in the 10th house to be open to career, long-term goals shifting and changing, actually. And some of you guys can be letting go of work that no longer serves you. You know, Virgo is day-to-day work. 10th house of Capricorn is work as well. So there's big work changes. There could be some completions or shifts going on with parents, grandparents, people older than you. That's the 10th house as well. That can be highlighted. And with the North Node in Pisces in your 4th house, lots of Saggies are going to be moving, relocating. And interesting because Pisces is far away destinations. So of course, Sagittarius rules foreign travel. There will be a lot of Saggies that are moving and not just moving homes, but literally can be moving to like a far away location. Jane says, Meg, this is so spot on. Awesome. Happy that it's resonating with you. And lots of relocation, lots of moving, home renovations, again, doing the feng shui in the home. Pisces, spirituality, mind, body, spirit connection, feng shui, 4th house in the home. Major healing and breakthroughs, miraculous healing breakthroughs, Pisces, having to do with your family. Okay. So, you know, a lot of people are going through this process of the wake up, the red pill, the great awakening, right? And Sagittarians, for you with this beautiful North Node, Neptune, Pisces in your 4th house, there's divine intervention for your family members and any issues that might be going on with them. And I'm getting very strong that if there's been really deep-seated issues with family or with your ancestors, divine, miraculous breakthroughs can occur for you guys. And many of you will be moving to magical locations or new places, or bringing new magical locations, bringing magical new energies into your home locations. So Saggies, hope that resonated with you. Happy nodal shift. And I'm sending lots of love your way. Love you guys. Mwah. Okay, Cappies, Capricorns. We got the South Node in Virgo in your 9th house and the North Node in Pisces in your 3rd house. Well, Capricorns, these are definitely some fun, light houses, and we've definitely got some light, fun times ahead. Pluto is out of your sign. Woohoo! So we're entering 2025 Woo! Pluto's out of Capricorn. Pluto's in Aquarius. The Aquarians can go deal with Pluto now. And the South Node is in your ninth house, which is about letting go of limiting beliefs. Also letting go for a lot of Capricorns of religious beliefs, religious structures, religious institutions. Sagittarius in ninth house is religions and dogmas that don't serve you anymore. Some of you guys can be finishing a course, a higher learning pursuit. And now with the North Node in Pisces in the third house, this is fun. The third house is fun. This is activity. This is busyness. This is new subjects that are Piscean in nature that you guys are being interested in. This is going to be really cool for the Capricorns because, and I've got my moon in Capricorn, so I don't mean to make fun of the Capricorns, but just saying, okay, I find Capricorn is the hardest sign to snap out of the matrix because literally Capricorn rules the matrix, okay? But it's going to be easy for us Capricorn placements, sun, moon, and risings. Easier for us more so than some of the other signs to deal with the massive shifts that are going to be occurring with this nodal shift, with the North Node being in the third house of our mind, right? Our mind and our thoughts and what we learn and subjects. And we're going to be very interested in the new developments happening in spirituality, in the health field, in the creative field as well. So new subjects. Good time to be stepping into new subjects, to be connected to your local community, to connect to the spiritual and creative and being of service, volunteer sector of your local community, those Pisces aspects of it. And North Node in Pisces with Neptune there in your third house, you're attracting spiritual friends and community as well. And this is quite creative. I think Pisces in the third house is really creative writing, creative speaking, being creative on social media, whether that's just for fun or bringing that into your professionalism as well. I know lots of Cappies are ready to get back in the professional game now that Pluto's out of your sign. So I love you, Cappies, so much. I'm sending lots of love your way and happy nodal shift. Okay, we got two more signs. Aquarians. Aquarians, it's Pluto in Aquarius time, and you've got this for the whole next 20 years. And speaking of Pluto in Aquarius, I'm going to be hosting this special live workshop on Sunday, January 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Beyond Mystic Academy. The link is in the description box below. Pluto in Aquarius Master Workshop for the collective and all 12 signs, including you, Aquarius. So go check that out if you'd like to deep dive with me onto this transit, how we can harness it for our highest good for the next 20 years. You Aquarians are definitely going to want to check that out if it resonates. So Aquarians, we've just had Pluto, the most intense, transformational, revealing planet in astrology, enter your sign. So you are in one of the biggest transits, if not the biggest transit you can have, which is Pluto in your sign, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising. Very spiritual, very cleansing, very revealing and empowering. And wild that the South Node in Virgo is in your 8th house of Scorpio. So Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, now in your sign for the next 20 years. And the South Node is in your 8th house. South Node in Virgo and the 8th house both have to deal with cleansing of toxicity. Wowzers. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for the super chat. Love you. Thank you so much for the support. Oh my God, Carol, you're so funny. Free your mind and your ass will follow. That is hilarious. I love you. That's funny because Scorpio and Sagittarius both rule the ass. Scorpio rules, I don't want to get too graphic here, but the releasing of toxins out of, the genital area, that excretion system. So Aquarians, you are literally, in the medical astrology, you're going to be probably going to the bathroom a lot. Okay. South Node in Virgo in the 8th house. You guys are releasing a lot of shit, okay, on the physical level, on the spiritual level. And this is just happening naturally. So with South Node and Virgo in your 8th house, I highly recommend, and you've got Pluto in your sign as well, doing cleansing practices, cleansing protocols physically and spiritually, because you're just already letting go of toxicity. It's happening effortlessly. And this is going to be quite intense with Pluto being in your sign. So boundaries are very important right now. Being honest with yourself and discerning of who's around you, what's around you, very important right now as well. Spiritual cleansing practices, literal physical cleansing practices as well. And with the North Node in Pisces in your 2nd house, this is cool because this is renewed values, renewed self-worth, new income streams coming forward over the next 18 months. Huge theme for Aquarians. We're going to need your cool, weird, trendy, innovative Aquarian selves to help us step into this age of Aquarius. And that's why you're going through, wow, this crazy cleansing right now, because you're like the way showers of that. And with the North Node in your 2nd house, this is going to be a lot of you guys over the next 18 months stepping into new income streams, new ways of work that are Pisces and Aquarian in nature that help us step into this age of light and this age of Aquarius. So interesting, you're having that South Node in the 8th house with Pluto in your sign as well. Let me know, Aquarians, how you guys are doing. And I'm sending lots and lots of support and cosmic love your way. And don't be scared of Pluto, okay? Coming from a Scorpio, it's intense, but don't be scared of Pluto. Embrace it, ride the wave, because most people will not experience Pluto in their sign because it's so slow moving. So it's a great initiation, a great blessing and experience. Ride the wave and enjoy it. Love you guys so much. Sending lots of love your way. And last but not least, we go to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces, North Node in Pisces. Oh my goodness, do we have any Pisces here? Pisces, you guys are going to be literally flying. Okay. So Pisces, you are already the most magical out of all of us signs. I tell the Pisces, you guys are like the magical creatures. You're like unicorns and fairies and Bigfoots and dragons. You're like incarnated wizards and magical creatures, otherworldly beings on the planet at this time. And you just feel like that naturally, right? You always just feel like that. Usually grounding can be a challenge. Usually, you know, some of the day-to-day responsibilities and ways of doing things can be a challenge. Now we'll start with the challenge and then we'll go to the positive, okay? Challenge is going to be, there are going to be times, because again, this is not a normal North Node in Pisces. This is Neptune, your ruler, in his home sign of Pisces, with the North Node there too. There are going to be times, and I don't wish this upon any of you guys, just reading the astrology here because it's so in our face, where you are probably going to feel like you're not even in your body, okay? And I've had experiences like that in my life. I have personally, long story short, I have my Black Moon Lilith in Pisces, so that's part of my personal shadow side, is like to leave my body, escapism, to not like be in the body. Pisces, there may be times where you feel really ungrounded with this transit, okay? And there may be times where you might even be not, like, as weird as it may sound for me to say, not be able to feel your body, like to feel the physicality the way that you usually do, which might sound kind of scary. But challenging part is to be more ungrounded than usual, okay? And the whole collective, the veils are thin, and it's like we're entering another dimension with the North Node in Pisces. So Pisces, if you take any takeaway from this video, please, 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 I don't like to tell people what to do whatever the heck you want to do, but just saying, make earthing and grounding, being out in nature, an absolute priority for the next 18 months. That's actually the number one thing for your health. Okay. Of course, food is important. Of course, water is important. Of course, sleep is important. But for you, Pisces, it's actually to be in your body, to feel your body, exercising, even like self-touch, as silly as that may say, as an astrological remedy to just like self-soothe and touch yourself to remind yourself that you're in a body, because you guys already are so like high vibrational and so otherworldly that to be in the body can be a challenge, or to feel being in the body can be a challenge. So earthing, grounding, very, very important. Laura says the twilight zone. Yeah. And if you ever have a moment, and I have experienced this, if you ever do have a moment during this transit where you've left your body, okay? And I've experienced that, where you're like looking down at yourself energetically. What I do in those moments is I basically yell out loud. It may sound like kind of nuts. Do whatever resonates with you, but I will say very loud, out loud, I call all parts of myself back into my body now. I call all parts of myself back into my body now. I will say that over and over again. I call all parts of myself back into my body now. And I will literally like tap myself, very hard. If that ever happens, like tap yourself, call yourself back into your body, and you will come back. Okay. So don't want to freak you Pisces out. I'm not saying you're not going to lose your mind and lose yourself. It's just the Piscean influence is so strong that you may notice yourself like, ooh, this feels really good. I like this. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to go imagine that thing over here. You know what? I'm going to go daydream that thing over here. I'm going to go take that thing over here. And now that I'm doing that, I don't even feel like I'm in my body anymore. Right? That's very Piscean. So being in the body. Now that's the challenging side. You guys will be able to handle it, right? If you're having a really challenging time, go hug a Taurus or a Capricorn or a Virgo, or go hug a tree, and that'll help ground you. Now, the positive side is so freaking cool. This is the North Node in your sign for the next 18 months with the dispositor planetary ruler Neptune, with the North Node as well. Holy guacamole. This is so magical for you guys. This is so spiritual. This is so creative. This is uplifting more than anything. I don't want to freak the Pisces out, because I think this is actually more uplifting than anything. You are being divinely assisted and divinely inspired. And I'm hearing Spirit say that you're going to be getting like nonstop downloads and ideas, new ways of doing things. You're like a genius artist of your life during this transit. So honing in on your spiritual connection, your higher self, your heart, your own intuition as the roadmap, as the navigation tool, will help you during this transit, because you're like, I feel like coming up with all kinds of different ideas and all kinds of creative and spiritual ways of doing things. Your psychic senses are on fire. Your intuition is opening up. Your consciousness is opening up. The foundation of your life is upgrading. Okay. The first house is your life, your identity. You're stepping more into yourself and who you truly are. So if you're like, Meg, I'm a Pisces. Is this a good year for me to start that new business? Is this a good year for me to call on that soulmate? Is this a good year for me to make a big life change? Pisces, this is like the best 18 months for you to make a really big life change. Okay, this is fantastic time. Destiny, very auspicious, and destined, fated happenings and occurrences. So pay attention and follow the signs and the synchronicities and your intuitive feelings. Love you guys so much. Wow, we've gone through the collective and all 12 signs for this transit, this nodal shift. Thank you guys so, so much for joining me. I'm losing my voice a little bit, so sorry about that, you guys. Before I finish up, again, just want to mention, come join me for my Pluto in Aquarius live master workshop. That's going to be on Sunday, January 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern. diving deep into the collective and all 12 signs for this transit for the next 20 years. Pluto is the planet of power and transformation, among many other things. So come join me and I'll share with you guys all my astrological wisdom and secrets to go through this transit thriving. And link is in the description box below. I am doing astrology readings in 2025 as well, and the link is below at consultations.beyondmystic.net. I do have a PayPal tip jar if you'd like to support my work here on my channels as well. And thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been such a fun live stream. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all soon for more content. Is my next video? No, I'm going to do my daily astro show tomorrow. I was about to say, I'll see you on the other side of the North Node in Pisces, but I'll see you guys before that. So love you guys so, so much, sending so much cosmic love your way. And we are about to have the most blessed, magical, I'm so excited, North Node in Pisces with Neptune there too. Love you all so much and see you soon. Mwah. Bye, everybody.